Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you all are having a great weekend. This is the second video that I'm recording for the day, so if I look familiar, it's because I didn't change. I thought maybe I should change, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. So anyways, I just wanted to have a chat today, and there will be a giveaway at the end of this video, so stay tuned to see what that is. What I thought that we would chat about today is I look like anyways, don't mind me. What I wanted to chat about today is kind of my weight loss story. And I thought maybe, I don't know, maybe some people could, kind of understand or kind of be in the same situation that I'm in. And I'm still struggling and still working on it. So I just thought it might be good to talk about and kind of give my story and what I've gone through. So if you want to hear my weight loss story and any tips that I may have and see what I'm going to be giving away, just go ahead and keep watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below, and I'm going to be posting some more videos on this same subject later on. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So when I was younger, I didn't really have a weight problem. I remember being in grade school, and maybe my face was a little bit chubbier. I've always had the round chubby face. I try and hide it with my hair, but so going into middle school, I mean, I was maybe a little bit heavier than like the really skinny girls, but nothing I wouldn't consider myself as being overweight. Same with like in high school, I started to get a little bit thicker thighs, and I was a little bit heavier again, but again, I wouldn't consider myself overweight. Senior year in high school, a friend and I we would run, we would walk up and go tanning and walk back, and all through school too, I rode bikes, and we would ride bikes all around the city that I lived in. It's about an hour north of where I live now. And anyways, I remember going over to a friend's house, and we would do Richard Simmons, man, what is it? Sweating to the Oldies. And then we would also do Buns of Steel. Anybody know what Buns of Steel is? I would like to find it, see if it's on YouTube and try it, because I remember like yelling at the TV because it was so hard. Painful, I guess. So anyways, after graduating high school, I moved out and moved to where I live now. And I was going to school. We were, I lived with 3 other girls that were going to school. We kind of lived in this apartment that was a lot of college kids. And so, I didn't really pay attention to what I was eating. And back then we really didn't have the internet, or maybe it was just coming out. And so I just really wasn't as educated on weight loss and what was healthy to eat and, things like that. I mean, my mom, she's thin. She's always been thin. I mean, she cooked with Crisco and, that kind of stuff. Makes potatoes better. So anyways, let's see. So, I started to put on a little bit of weight. I still had a flat stomach, thicker thighs, that kind of thing. So I've always been a little bit thicker, I could maybe say. But anyways, so when I was 24, I had a panic attack, and it was really, really horrible. So if you've had a panic attack, you probably completely understand what I mean, that it's extremely horrible. But I got through it. The next day, I was fine, and went out with some friends about 2 weeks later. Went out, had a couple drinks. The next day I had a panic attack again, and I was actually at my parents' house. I had my mom take me to the ER because I thought I was dying. And I kept having them like day after day, and I know, it's probably because I was scared, and, a lot changed in my life after the panic attack started. So I did meet with a doctor. I had some assessments done. They said, panic disorder is what it sounds like. And that does run in my family, and I will do another chat on that later, because I think that could be really helpful maybe for some of you guys. But anyway, so that was when I was 24, and I was put on an antidepressant at that time, and then an anti-anxiety medication. So within, I don't know, probably 2 years of being on the antidepressant that I was on, I think I gained about 60 pounds. I was going through some depression. I had a hard time going into stores, going into places. It was just a really, really rough time for me, and I started putting weight on. So that's kind of where this all started. So, I started gaining the weight. And of course, I was super self-conscious. And then by this time, there was internet, we could do a little bit more research, and I was able to, I tried everything. I mean, the grapefruit diet, the cabbage soup diet. Throughout the years, I did Weight Watchers multiple times. I tried counting calories. It's just I wasn't able to stick to anything. So throughout the years, let's see. So when I was 27, I got pregnant with my son, and I was extremely sick the whole time. Sick, like throwing up sick, kind of gross. So I had him when I was 28. I turned 28 in the middle of my pregnancy. And 2 weeks after giving birth, I actually weighed 30 pounds less than my pre-pregnancy weight, which was pretty cool. But when you lose it like that, from being so sick, it's not healthy. And about 2 months old, my son got RSV. He ended up getting put into the hospital, and from like December to February, so like 2 months old and then till February, he was hospitalized 6 times. And usually it was for at least a week each time. So, we were in the hospital the majority of the time, and I was stressed out, and I wasn't eating, or I was eating fast food, or because I spent most of my time up there, I took a leave of absence from my job. It ended up that he had reactive airway disease, but he caught influenza, he caught pneumonia. And he did go to daycare, kind of in between. And so that was a really tough time. And, of course I gained all that weight back. So then pretty much what I stuck to after that was trying to do Weight Watchers. And I think the most that I lost on Weight Watchers was like 12 pounds, because I would lose it and gain it back, lose it, gain it back. So at this time also I was having what I thought were thyroid symptoms. And so I went to multiple doctors, everything, my labs would always be correct. And I was like, okay, there is something wrong with me. So finally I went to this doctor who specializes in hormones, and she's actually a physician's assistant. But she specializes in hormones and thyroid and, all of that. So I went to her, and I had been told by many people like how amazing she is. And she did some extra testing that actually showed that I had Hashimoto's, which is, basically it's an autoimmune disorder where your body attacks your thyroid, basically making it slow down, hypothyroidism at some point, which now I'm at. So I don't know if that was part of the reason for some of the weight loss or the weight gain too, because you can gain weight on it. Being tired all the time was pretty exhausting. So let's see, there was that. Let's see. So then I had a scan done on my thyroid. They could see the damage that had already been done. So I was like, finally, I knew something was wrong. It just had to take so long to, find this out, which is unfortunate. But I was put on thyroid meds. My levels, were good. So I've been on that ever since. And I still take antidepressants. So, it's just been a struggle. I have tried everything. I mean, that military diet, I just crave sugar. It's like sugar is my thing. And I never thought that I was an emotional eater until like I was like, oh, I can handle it. I'm not an emotional eater. But, I would realize when I would have bad anxiety or my depression was bad, because I was eventually diagnosed with depression too. When that was bad, I would lose my appetite. But when I was stressed, maybe because of work or something like that, then I would eat. And it's almost embarrassing for me to say that I would use food as comfort. But I did. Like I would, I'd get home and I was like, oh my gosh, I have a Reese cup in the cupboard, and so like I would be so excited, and it's just not a good day, so I'm like trying to think of something positive, right? And so then that Reese cup would be my positive thing. So then after that, that's just a big cycle, and and then also being social, going out with friends to eat, going out with family to eat, there's always that too. So let's see. In 2016, I joined this program called Sanford Profile, and they have it in many states now. I ended up joining that. I joined in November 2015. I started November 30th, I believe. I think it was on my mom's birthday. And so what you had to do with that is drink 4 shakes a day, 1 bar, 4 cups of vegetables, some fat, and some protein, and that was it. And, it puts you in a low level of ketosis, which is similar to the keto diet. But it was quite a bit more carbs than the keto diet. Go over here. Come here. Cat. So anyways, I did cheat on Christmas. I thought, well, I'm not going to deprive myself on Christmas. And then I cheated during our company Christmas party. I think I did really good with no cheating for quite a long time. So from basically the beginning of December until the beginning of May, I lost about 60 pounds. I was so confident. I was wearing shorts. Like I just felt absolutely amazing. And, when I look back at these pictures of me, I'm just like, oh, I really miss that, So, so there's that. Well, I went on vacation in May, and, I don't really think I gained much after that. I mean, we were outside all the time doing things. We didn't eat a whole lot. We went to the Dominican Republic, so that was fun. My mom and my son and me did. And then when I got back, I was pretty much on Profile still. Then I met somebody in, I think it was August of 2016, and it kind of threw off my whole routine. So, there's that. But I still, was good at sticking to it, and he was good at supporting me on it because he ate, pretty healthy. Then in August also, I got accepted for a new position at a new job. And I was super excited about that job. And so, this is going to be a long video. So I got accepted at that job, and then me and this guy broke up. So I was pretty upset. And then at this new job, we were not allowed to take breaks, except lunch. It was at a dentist office, actually. Was not allowed to have my shake at my desk, was not allowed to have water at my desk. So it made it really difficult to stay on this because I needed to drink a shake in the morning, which I could do before. And then I needed to drink a shake mid-morning, which I couldn't do. Lunch, I would, chug down a shake, and then the bar that we're supposed to have in the afternoon, couldn't do it. This job was also extremely stressful. So, I was luckily only there for 6 months. It has to be the absolute worst job of my life. I could maybe have that be a story time sometime because you guys would probably find it interesting. So anyways, I ended up just kind of saying, you know what, I don't give a crap anymore. And within the next probably year and a half, I gained everything back that I had lost, plus about 15 pounds. So I think that Profile is a great option. But if you don't stick with it and move to the different phases of it, it's really hard for it to be sustainable. So, because, you know, you're not going to be drinking 4 shakes a day in a bar for the rest of your life, but they do have different levels, which is great. So it teaches you, you know, portion size, and you add things back in and you start eating carbs again. And, you know, it's just a really good learning experience. Okay. So I decided I would try it again. And I swear I restarted like 15 times, and I do really good for the day. And then the next day I would be off of it again. So, I decided that, well, recently that I would, well, and I also did, like, I tried calorie counting again after that, and just doing MyFitnessPal, which is a great app, by the way. So I would try all of that stuff, and, you know, nothing would work, and I could never stick to it. So then I had been doing some research on the keto diet. I think I started it one time and I was like, okay, this is really confusing, but I took my time and did some more research. So I started the second week of February this year, and I have lost 18 pounds so far. I'm stuck right now, which is super frustrating. So that's what I'm currently doing, and I like 100% feel that it's sustainable. I don't eat all the bacon and butter and, you know, hot dogs and that kind of stuff that I want. I actually do it healthy, and I take my time and prepare meals. The choices that I make, I'd say 99% of the time are really good. You know, but I will have bacon every once in a while, or I will have a hot dog, a turkey dog every once in a while. And, you know, I will have some sweets every once in a while if they're keto. I have cheated a couple times for a day and then got back on. But then I felt like crap. So yeah, anyways, so then, you know, I'm at the point right now, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to cheat. Like, I have a goal and I can stick to this, you know, and this can be totally sustainable. I feel amazing. I have 3 autoimmune disorders. That could be another story time, but, yeah, so I feel like the keto diet really makes me feel really good. And I don't even want to call it a diet, to be honest. It's just keto lifestyle for me. And, you know, like I said, I can totally see myself doing this like forever. You know, and once I get to my goal weight, you know, if I want to have something every once in a while, I'm going to. I'm not going to deprive myself, but I'm not going to go crazy like I did. So the reason that I feel that this works for me is because when I am in ketosis, I don't crave the sugar and the carbs like I normally do. So, and I know people have their opinions on the keto diet. They don't think it's good, or there's stories coming out about this or that. When my doctor knows I'm doing it, I don't, you know, I see a doctor that is doing it. So, you know, I'm being careful. So that is where I'm at now. So I thought maybe like once a week or once every other week, I would give an update on how things are going for me. But, you know, if you have any questions about keto, you can, you know, I've done a ton of research. I am not an expert whatsoever, but you can leave them in the comments for me. I do watch a lot of Keto Connect on YouTube. I love them too. Oh, I just love them, guys. And I have made a lot of the recipes that they have either made or that they posted on their blog, and they're so good. They're delicious. So maybe, you know, I could share some different recipes that I've made one week. So yeah, and I want to, well, what the giveaway is going to be, so we'll talk about that. There's a book that I found that really, really, really helps me, and it helped me through Profile as well, and it's helping me through Keto. I reread it, and I highlight, and I reread, and it's just an amazing book. So you're going to get your own copy of this book here. It's the Beck Diet Solution, Train Your Brain to Think Like a Thin Person by Judith Beck. So it says here, Beck Institute for Cognitive Therapy and Research, Clinical Associate Professor of Psychology and Psychiatry, University of Pennsylvania. So weight loss is so mental, so mental. So you need to be feeding yourself mentally too, and changing yourself mentally in the way that you think about foods and things like that. So my book, you can see it's very well loved. This isn't about a specific diet whatsoever or a specific lifestyle. This is to help you in whatever you are doing. So whether you're doing keto, whether you're doing, tracking macros, whatever it is you're doing, for weight loss, this will help you out. And, so, it says, I did have something highlighted here, but it talks about in here how, so let's say I'm craving, a Big Mac. Think about it, okay? So I'm craving a Big Mac, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, man, I really want a Big Mac. So let's say I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna cheat, I'm gonna go get this Big Mac. So I get the Big Mac, and it takes me, what, 5-6 minutes to eat it? And then what? So for a little bit, I made myself feel good, or, gave into that craving, but then what? So, it's just, there's always, going to be cravings at some point. And, if it's a craving for watermelon, that's different, giving in, like, to me, in my opinion, that's different than craving in or giving in for a Big Mac. So anyways, I just wanted to share this book because it gives so much information, and it's a really good book. So I'm gonna have this open for 2 weeks. So tomorrow is when I'm gonna put this video up. Tomorrow is the 8th. Shoot, it's Monday. April 8th, I think. So I'm going to be giving this book away 2 weeks from tomorrow, or 2 weeks from when this video goes up. So all you need to do is just comment and make sure that you're subscribed, and you will be entered to win. The winner, I will go ahead and have it shipped from Amazon Prime directly to you. And yeah, so it will be your book. If you're going through weight loss right now, or you're working on it, I guarantee you will love this book. And no, of course, I'm not being sponsored, and Slated don't even know who I am, and definitely not watching my videos. So yeah, just wanted to share. So yes, this is the giveaway, and that is my weight loss story currently. If you have any questions for me, or if you want me to talk about anything else, just go ahead and leave that in the comments. My channel is going to be all different sorts of things. So, I don't know. I just, wanted to talk about a part of my life that's been a struggle, and, I know that a lot of people struggle with it, and I totally understand it. And so again, if you want me to do a video on something else weight loss related, or you want to hear more, just let me know. So anyways, this, again, great book. So I will let you go, and I hope you all will have an amazing day, night, morning, wherever you are. Bye.